Now that's a good sight on a 20-degree morning. Good morning, day 4. Got out of camp again early before the sun came up. It's not intentional. I just wake up around 5 o'clock, and since it's cold, I'd rather be moving than just sit there. Only have 13 miles to go today to the finish. I'm about 2 miles down and almost in single digits. Oh man, another hill. It's been hills all morning. Current temperature is 11 degrees. Pretty chilly. I find my water bottle is freezing. I shake it up every now and then. And when I drink it, you get little ice chunks with it, which is, I guess, cool in a way. I sleep with a quilt that doesn't have a zipper. It has a foot box, and it comes with these straps that you can route under your sleeping pad so that your sleeping pad will act as part of the sleep system as far as the blanket. And I noticed I get drafts from the edges. I couldn't get it tight enough. And so last night I realized that I could take the straps off and connect the quilt to itself, effectively becoming a mummy bag. Everyone probably knew that, but me. So once I did that, I was pretty cozy. So even though it dropped down into the teens, I was able to stay warm and sleep pretty good. Any part of my body that came out of the bag, it was cold. You noticed right away. This is my first time really cold weather camping for more than one night. I hammocked once when it was in the mid-20s, but I think anybody can get through one night. But to go 4 days and have the temperatures under 20 degrees 2 of the nights and having to support yourself, that's new for me. And I was curious how it would go. Check out my gear. I do think I'll probably buy a warmer bag at some point. A 0-degree bag. Mine's a 20, and I made it work, but I think it could have been better for sure. Holy smokes. I just checked the temperature and it's now 9 degrees. It keeps dropping. Doesn't feel too bad moving. I did have my puffy on earlier and just got so hot I had to take it off. Let's see. I got this little temperature thingy right there, that little white thing. I bought that a while back so I can check the temperature and the relative humidity. And so when I don't have service, I can't rely on the weather forecast. So that's been pretty handy. But 9 degrees. Oh man. I think I'm just gonna keep moving. Probably no breaks today. Does not like the cold. Check that out. I've never seen a trail ask for a survey on trail. Lots of Eagle Scout projects on this trail. Made it to top of Sassafras Mountain just after sunrise. That was not intentional. Just good timing, I guess. And there's no one here. There were 3 people walking their dogs. They probably came up for sunrise. But it's 8 degrees up here. That's probably a good reason. Man, the view is amazing. Look at all these mountains. .8 miles to go. 9.7 miles to go. Oh, Palmetto Trail. Should check that out sometime. Check this out up here. I've seen these little things. And along the trail, but none like this. Very cool. This trail is tough with all these leaves on it. A lot of ankle rolling rocks. You can't see them. Some you can and others you can't. Almost fallen once or twice. These icicles are almost as tall as me. Man, very cool. Cool slippery spot. My water bottle froze. The water's still slushy, but the top right there froze. And then I tried using a stick, and then finally my hiking pole, as dirty as it is, and I still can't bust through. It was collapsed in the bottle. So it's like no more water for the rest of the hike. Well, this crossing is going to be interesting. Nice to have the cable. Man, these icy conditions. All right. Now that the sun's out, I tried to put on sunscreen, got my tube out of my pack, and it was frozen solid. I tried squeezing it back and forth with my fingers and no luck. It's like a rock garden. And then it came up from there. This is a cool campsite. Getting closer. Going up the last climb at Table Rock. And man, it's kicking my butt. Hopefully not too much more to go, because I am tired, ready for that downhill. All right, let's go see what this pinnacle's all about. I was hiking along the Foothills Trail, was making it up to the last climb and was about to turn down to go down when I saw this side trail to Pinnacle Mountain Summit. So I switched from hiker mode to peak bagger mode, dropped my pack and came up the trail. And thank goodness I did, because it's about 325 feet, over a quarter mile. It was pretty steep, but made it to Pinnacle Mountain Summit. I didn't find a survey marker, but fortunately I did have a Snickers in my pocket, so I can have my Summit Snickers, right? Didn't even expect this mountain to be on the trail. So I'm gonna head down from here. When I meet back up with the Foothills Trail, it's about 4 miles to go, and I think it's all downhill to Table Rock State Park to finish up this hike. Pinnacle Summit number 2, because I forgot this guy. Man. Pinnacle Summit done. That was a tough climb, especially if you do it twice. About 3 miles left to go to the finish, and for the first time this whole trip I'm just feeling tired. I started off pretty energetic today. Maybe it was going up that pinnacle twice. But I'm ready to be done. Possibly, I keep thinking about a burger and beer, which starts sounding better and better by the minute. So 3 miles to go and Foothills Trail will be done. Oh, it's also warmed up to, it's almost 32 degrees. So might even be able to flip into shorts soon. A downhill sounded good for the finish. And if the rest of it's anything like that first mile, I'm not a fan. It's very steep and technical with large rocks. It messes with your knees. Sounded like a good thing to have a 4 mile downhill to the finish. And if the rest of it is anything like the first mile, I'm not a fan. Lots of big rocks and steep drops. I know you can't have it your way all the time, but a nice gradual finish would have been nice. I think I'd probably prefer to start with this uphill than finish with it downhill. But it is what it is, and we're getting closer to the finish. Now that's more like it. This is my kind of descent. That was short. Now back to the step downs. I think normally the trail goes right there, but it looks a tad bit slippery today. Thankfully, it has evened out on the descent, and it's gotten more gradual. A couple of times when we make turns at creeks, it's kind of a rocky scramble, but otherwise, lower elevation, once we got down from the top up there, it's been more pleasant. You can kind of see up there. I don't know if that's where we were, but it's cool. 1 mile to go. This creek that the trail's been going along, it's all rock, just one big rock. It just keeps going and going. If there weren't any blowdowns, you could try to slide down the thing. Looks like we have a water crossing. And another. All right, made a wrong turn right here. Wasn't even looking. Ended up taking a different trail. Almost done. I don't want to do that. And the sign means we are done.